I wasn't planning on making a video today. Cleaning up brush, as you can see. It's kind of a fire hazard. It's here in the backyard of one of my favorite spots in my backyard. Nice trees, quiet spot. Anyway, there's this willow and then there's this lilac bushes growing in this pines. And I don't know, previous owner, they planted the pines right next to the lilacs, and let me tell you, that's a bad idea. And if you don't stay on top of it every year, you get a mess like this. And that's a fire hazard in spring and fall, or if it's dry. There was you can see the remnants of a mockingbird, not a mockingbird, but a magpie nest. But anyway, hope this isn't too windy, but if it is, I'll voice over it. But the reason I'm doing this video is about this Dewalt chainsaw. As you can see, it is a DCC S620 20 volt. I'll give more information in the description. Got a knockoff battery in it, but I've got the right battery for it. But even so, it's an awesome chainsaw. Yeah, you know, I've got a steel chainsaw, but when you're doing brush, kind of like this, it's pretty handy to have something light. I got a big steel, I don't know what it is. Got a big long blade, and it's just a lot of work to, you gotta leave it running, shut it off, start it up, run it, start it, run it, start it, on and off, and it's just a pain. Much easier if you can just pull the trigger on the battery operated one and make your cut and not have to worry about starting it up every time. And just this afternoon, this is all the wood that I've cut. I've been working on this for quite a while. Anyway, just wanted to give a little bit of a review on this Dewalt chainsaw. I'm really liking it. I've had it since probably the beginning of June, and I don't know how many wheelbarrow loads I've cut, and I can cut quite a few with one battery. I got an extra battery, so I can just keep going, and it's doing what it's supposed to. I haven't even had to sharpen the chainsaw yet, but I am just cutting real soft wood. You can see that is a willow tree. That's another dumb thing. They planted this stuff, they planted these pines and these lilacs right next to these old willow stumps, and they're about impossible to kill. Maybe somebody has an idea on how to kill willow stumps, but I'm not even sure what kind they are, but they grow fast and tall, and then they crowd everybody else out. Anyway, I like lilacs, but I don't think you should plant them next to pine trees, that's for sure. Can't even talk here. But anyway, you can see I had kept up with this, and I'd kept it mowed, and because of work schedule and other things, I haven't been able to keep up with it. And this all used to be nice grass lawn back here, and you can see that the lilacs and the shrubs have kind of just taken over, and now I gotta work real hard to get it back. And it didn't take long. I think this happened in like 4 years. I didn't mow as much back here. I didn't keep up with it. And yeah, the brush can take over quickly. So I just want to show something else here. This happened years ago, but I finally found this shovel. It was my favorite shovel. And you can look, it looks like an antique, but it's not. I asked my kids, where's the shovel? Well, I just found it. And I could see why they didn't tell me where it was. It was out here in the bushes because the handle broke. Oh well, that's just the way kids are. I'll talk at you later. Bye. There are a couple things I forgot to mention anyway. You've got this wild parsnip. As you can see, I'll get some close-ups of the leaves here. Not a very good plant. Got a little juice on my wrist and I blistered up, and it took probably 2 weeks to get rid of it. And I've been working around this, and I'm a little paranoid. I feel like I got some on my nose, but I'm not sure. Went in and washed it off real quick, but very dangerous plant. The plant itself isn't poisonous, but the juice reacts with the sunlight and it blisters you. So you need to really be careful when you're working around this stuff. Wear gloves, protective gear, and it's a pain in the neck because it's kind of hot and it's not a good thing. Anyway, just wanted to put that out there. I'll also put that in the link. Be careful with that. There you can see there's some blooms right there. There's where it's seeded out. It's an invasive species and it's just kind of taken over back here. It's another reason I gotta clean up back here and keep ahead of this stuff. Anyway, getting it done. I'll probably show another video of this all cleaned up. on, look at that pile of wood. Now, there's some wood cutting snobs out there. You gotta have a huge chainsaw. You've got to be cutting oak or ash, and it's got to be at the very least 8 inches. You know what? This stuff burns great. I know it's willow, not the best, but it works, especially if you're just burning in a stove to heat up the garage or something like that. Not a big deal. You know, I told somebody that I bought an electric battery powered chainsaw, and they looked at me like I had 2 heads and really scoffed and kind of made fun of me. But you know, I've done the big stuff. I've cut a lot of oak and ash and popple and all the different kinds of wood up here. And, you know, I don't know. When you're just coming home and working 2 or 3 hours in your backyard, I don't need to whip out the great big giant chainsaw and get out the skidder and forestry equipment. You know, just small stuff. Sometimes works better than bringing all that big equipment out. Anyway, that's my rant for the day. I'll talk to you later.